Hello Ride On people, I hope you and yours are well, and I hope you're having some beautiful weather like we are here. Going for a ride tomorrow. Should get up to high 80s, which for me is pretty hot, I must say, and looking forward to getting out, get some fresh air. And we're going up to a place called Santeetlah Dam, which I hope we can get kind of close to. I'm not sure whether it's shut off to the public or not, but it's up in North Carolina. It's in Graham County, and Santeetlah is an Indian word, and it means blue waters. So it's on a beautiful lake there, Santeetlah Lake, as in blue waters, and going to take a ride up there with Dr. Charlie and my friend Ed and Bill on his multistrada. So going to enjoy an epic ride on the Cherahela Skyway, which is one of the best roads in the world, 50 miles long and a mile high, and stunning views for 70 miles in any direction all the way. But I've shot video of that many times before, so I'm not going to shoot any footage on that. I'll probably shoot some footage kind of in and around the lake a little bit tomorrow and give you some random thoughts on how the day's going. But as I say, I hope you and yours are well and that you're having a good week, and if you've got a spare few minutes with a cup of coffee, come along for the ride. What a beautiful day. Santeetlah Dam. So we're having the most wonderful ride out around Santeetlah Lake now. Just had a bit of lunch, social distance picnic at the dam area. Ridden the astronomically good Cherahela Skyway to get here from Tellico Plains through to Robbinsville here. Just making our way further around the lake now. So let me bring you up to speed a little. This week had the Rocket 3 serviced, not at the dealership I bought from. They're still closed because of COVID. They're much further north than where I live, where we're a bit more relaxed with the restrictions. I went to a dealership south of me in Douglasville for freewheeling. Very nice, very good experience with them, and they couldn't have been nicer and more accommodating. And the Rocket 3 got an ECU update as part of that 600 mile service, and no problems with the Rocket so far. Going really well, and looking forward to getting out in this beautiful sunshine that we're having now in Georgia, and just riding the roads and getting some fun from it. And also, as we enter this new week, I'm taking the R1250GSA in for its 12k service. I've had it just over a year now, and probably would have had it serviced sooner had it not been for the virus. But looking forward to getting it serviced and some fresh tyres. Tyres on this at the moment are absolutely shot. They tend to last 6,000 miles, but you really do need to nurse them that last 500 miles or so, and they can easily dip down to below the legal limit of 1.6 mil. Beautiful, absolute beautiful weather. Good company today. We've got Charlie on his new 1250 GSA. He's already done about 1,500 miles on that. He traded in his Harley for it, which he subsequently went back and got. So he's actually got his Harley for cruising around, and he's got the GSA for when he's out with the guys in the twisty stuff or touring. And we have Ed, who's on his 1250 GSA, and he's still loving that. It's been a breath of fresh air to him after the 900-pound Indian. And also we have Bill on his Multistrada. It's got a particularly nice red Multistrada. It's got loads of carbon bits on it. It's got a exhaust and rear fender protector and various bits and bobs. So in terms of problems within 12,000 miles, pleased to say only problem I had was the gear lever retaining bolt fell out, and luckily BMW designed it in such a way that you do not lose your gear lever if it does that, and it still remains kind of semi-operational, or fully operational if you use a zip tie as I did to cable tie it up. Other than that, no problem, and I think that's the first problem I've had in 8 BMWs I've owned. I've owned 34 bikes, I believe, from 8 brands, and including 8 BMWs, 6 Triumphs, 6 Hondas. And my Triumphs have been good, my Hondas have been good, and BMWs have been exceptionally good. So that's where we are with the bike in terms of reliability. In terms of enjoyment, yeah, it's still the ultimate all-rounder. It's so easy to live with. It's such a nice bike in terms of comfort and practicality. Sure, it's a bit utilitarian, it's almost industrial in the way it goes about its business. It's very much function over form, but they made some effort to make it look a bit sporty with this HP spray job. The blue and white with the red fleck is nice with the gold wheels, which interestingly I thought would appeal more to women, but I know that Charlie's wife and my wife do not like the gold wheels, and even though we do. So but the black ones that used to be on my triple black, they were a nightmare to keep clean. They always looked kind of grey and dusty even when they were immaculately clean, so I don't miss them. I like the gold wheels. I think it breaks it up a little bit. So what I'll probably do is end this video with a quick update post-service, 12k service, just to see whether there was any updates required or anything that they spotted that wasn't quite right that I haven't spotted. But in terms of rideability, it's awesome. We're out on a 350 mile ride today. As you can probably see from the clocks, I'm using BMW Connected for navigation and using a Google derived map or layer or overlay from the My Route app website. It's just hasn't missed a beat again today. So that's 3 or 4 times I've tried that now over a big distance, complicated route, and it's worked perfectly. So I think that's a winning combination. Okay, I'll end the video here, and we'll do a roundup after the service, just so you're aware of how that's gone. Sayonara.
So I said in the video, famous last words about the BMW Connected not missing a beat. It actually did when we got about 80% of the way home. Suddenly lost Bluetooth connectivity with my iPhone, and I knew the rest of the route, and we had other options anyway, so it wasn't really an issue. But I mean, it completely lost it. It wasn't like it lost connectivity with it. It was gone, wiped out from the TFT. And it's a problem I've experienced a few times when I had the 1200 GSA, and now I've experienced it a couple of times with the 1250 as well. So the problem was, if I tried to repair my phone, I could pair the phone again with the TFT, but it wouldn't talk to the BMW Connected app. I was kind of scratching my head about that. So what I had to do was go on my iPhone in the Bluetooth settings, find the connectivity to BMW Connected, and actually kind of physically forget that device, then go into the TFT, then clear and delete all connections, then repair the iPhone, and then it would talk to BMW Connected. So a bit of a workaround, and not too pleased to have to do that. It's a bit of a pain. And so It kind of held connectivity after that on the way to the dealers because I tried it out, but at the 12k service I got them to refresh the firmware, and I hope that will solve the problem, and we'll just you know, time will tell. We'll just have to see as time progresses, but I hope it maintains the connectivity because it was working pretty well with a Google map, and it's certainly easy on the eyes. So that's the update on BMW Connected connectivity.
Alright, so we've had a firmware update. We're now on software version 021.104.020. It's the very latest. Let's see whether we can connect the iPhone to it and whether it will hold that Bluetooth connection. Okay, we are paired. Okay, so the 12k service actually cost me nearly $1,500 for the valve adjustment, the 12k service itself, a new set of Adventure Anarchies, and also some rear brake pads. The brake pads, they said, is not unusual at 12k, but it surprised me because my last GS I did about 20,000 miles without requiring any, and my friend Jerry has about 36,000 miles on his without any new rear brake pads. So they also did a full clock new software update, and I hope that's going to be more reliable in terms of not losing the connection with my iPhone, either totally or you know, in use. So as I mentioned on the ride, no issues or concerns with the GSA itself. It's running sweetly. I've had no problems really in the 12,000 miles of ownership, and it feels good to be back on her. Rode the Rocket for a few hundred miles this weekend. That was lovely, totally different type of experience, but it feels good to get back on the GSA, which is floaty nice. And I have to say, even just a mile or so from the dealership, you can actually feel the smoothness of the new oil and the valve check. I didn't ask whether any of the valves were out of spec, but it certainly feels really sweet. Feels really, really nice, smoother than when it arrived. Bit of credit there to my mechanic Henders at Woolies Motorcycles in Marietta. Really good guy, really knows his stuff. The engine actually sounds better after the valve adjustment. Before it sounded a bit kind of top endy, a bit kind of tappety really, but now it's more of a kind of chug chug chug. So not sure whether that needed adjustment or not, but it's actually sounding a little better and it's feeling a little better, a bit smoother. Ooh, lovely fresh new tyres. That feels nice, I must say. Well, not ideal conditions to pick up a bike after a 12k service, I tell you. Brand new tyres and some wet patches in the road, but I thought it was a little bit bouncy. They removed the electronic suspension from dynamic to road. Should hold the back end a little bit better now through the bends. Make sure I'm in Dynamic Pro. I always leave it in Dynamic Pro and dynamic suspension, not because I'm a hero or anything, but it's just where it feels best for me. I like the throttle a bit snappy. I like my suspension quite taut.
Sorry about the background noise, we're having a bit of a monsoon here. Anyway, that was the first 12,000 miles on my R1250GSA Adventure, an update on the BMW Connected app, and also some beautiful sunny scenery in North Carolina. Thanks for watching. Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride out.